the nation's fastest-growing property crime. NBC's Bob Herbert reports tonight from Newark, New Jersey.
It's showtime. The car is a stolen BMW worth about $30,000. The maneuver is known as the donut. The idea is to leave donut-shaped skid marks on the pavement. Welcome to Newark, New Jersey, the car theft joyriding capital of America.
At 5:30 in the morning last Sunday morning, they were doing the donut out here. And I went to the phone to call the police, and when I picked it up and I said, 50, he said, they're doing the donut, aren't they? I said, yes. I said, you know, and they never did come.
Young kids plus stolen cars equal accidents. There have been so many at this intersection that the landlord has mounted highway guardrails outside his house.
How many times have cars crashed into this house?
2 times, to my knowledge.
You saw somebody get hit by a car?
Yep.
What happened?
The car hit him and kept going.
South on Osborne Terrace, just went through the light.
A special police task force has been formed to fight the problem. It is found that the problem is young, sometimes very young.
Your mother home?
These youngsters were arrested last night.
Me and the good sergeant pulled up, and they started switching drivers. What I mean by switching drivers is they were taking turns driving a stolen car around.
How old are these 2 kids?
One is 12 years old, one is 14 years old. They were using the floor mats of the car to drive.
Because they weren't tall enough to see over the steering wheel.
They were using the floor mats of the car to drive the car. You see the screwdriver right there on the seat? That's apparently what they use to break the steering column. This is the biggest problem we have right now in the city of Newark is the little kids in the stolen cars.
And it's dangerous.
The danger's inside. They don't know how to drive a car. Look how he's operating this car. He'll get killed. I got little kids in the street. I got people walking around with babies in their arms in this neighborhood. And this is the problem we run across.
What's going to happen to these kids?
Hopefully the intake officer will want to put them in the youth house for the night. But unfortunately, it may be overcrowded, and I'm sure we may not be able to get them in there.
But the likelihood is that it won't be any more than one night.
One night.
Okay.
If that.
For the kids, stealing cars is a big game. They get to joyride, do their donuts, taunt the cops, and they seldom spend more than a night in jail. But it's a game with a heavy downside, and sometimes the downside is tragic. 2 weeks ago, a 10-year-old boy was killed when a stolen minivan that he was riding in turned over. 3 days earlier, a 16-year-old girl was run down and seriously hurt by a stolen car. She's still in the hospital. The police themselves are targets. The young thieves get a kick out of aiming their cars at police vehicles and deliberately crashing into them. Sometimes they do it to see the cops' airbags explode. Despite the task force, despite the dangers, the thefts go on.
How old were you when you first stole a car?
11.
And how old are you now?
13.
Have you stopped stealing cars, or do you still steal cars?
I still do.
Why do you still do it?
For the fun of it.
Bob Herbert, NBC News, Newark, New Jersey.
Some youngsters in Newark have been picked up 20 to 30 times for auto theft. Every 24 hours, 40 automobiles disappear in that city.